Hello everyone, welcome to the Summer Academy. I'm glad that all of you have decided to join us. This year you are going to be doing lots of different things. You're going to be using iPads, which you're going to use to find stuff online, and you're going to be doing lots of different research. So our first major lesson that we have to go through today is that we have to make sure that you guys understand when you're doing research, you have to what we call cite the web page where you found your information. And that's our lesson today, is that we're going to learn how to properly cite our web pages that we find information on. So let me shrink that and get it out of the way. Now let's get forward and get working on this. So when we're looking up websites, let's say we're looking up submarine information, because we'll probably be doing that at some point this year. What we want to do is we want to find out all this different key information. I'm going to bring in a picture to help you find out what you need to do. So here we go. So right away, the thing that you're going to notice is this is looking for a lot of information. So when I find something that is really good, let's say I wanted to find the history of the submarine, when was the first submarine found, and I find it, and the date and all this stuff, I have to give the site where I found that information. So it's very important that if using their information, their words, and their knowledge, I have to give them their credit, their respect, basically. So all this stuff is the stuff I need to find. So I need to find out, what is the title of the article? Who is the author? Who wrote the article? What is the website, the actual website's name? What is the title of the website? Publisher or sponsor? Sometimes there's publisher, sometimes there's sponsor. If you don't find one of these, if you can't find it, and a lot of times you won't nowadays, you put NP in that spot. And then I also need to make sure that I have the URL address, and that's that up in the corner, you know, the www. Colon, // blah, 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 you know, whatever it is. The other key information, and a lot of people mess this up, is they need this one and this one. These are very important. The electronic date, when was it published, is very important. And a lot of times you will find this not as an electronic date, but you'll find it as what they call a last updated. When was it last updated? If you can't find a date that the article was written, look for the last updated website it was updated, and you'll get that information. You need the day, the month, and the year, and then you always put the day that you looked it up, so whatever today's date is. You would write that. Like, for instance, I'm doing this on the 31st, so I would write May, I said 31st, right? So it would be 31 of May 2014. Because there's an order, you have to write everything. So this is the information you need to find first. So this is an important page to remember. So you might want to rewind that, screenshot it to yours so that you always have this with you. If you haven't written it down on your notes, like a wonderful student that you are, you probably did. So here's an example. Now up here on the top, this is just giving you what it should be. Again, the author's first and last name. Last name always goes first, then first name. Then the article title. Notice that it is right here, very important. It's in quotation marks. So the title is quotation marks of the article. There's a difference between the website and the article. After that, what we do is we move over to our wonderful website. And our website is italicized. That's the squiggly, right? Italicized. You use a big I. Now, from there, depending on if you can find it, again, I said that not often can you find this, but the publisher of the website. Some places have publishers of websites. Not many of them do. If you can't find that, that's where you put that NP, if you can't find that. And then, again, you find the day that or month that the article was published, or what I said was last updated. And then last but not least, you're going to put the day that you access this information. When was it that you did? And that usually will just be today, the day that you did it. And then down here again, the URL will be this big long thing, and it must be you must use these little tiny alligators, right? The greater than, less than symbols. You close it inside of that. Now down below, they gave you an example of what we did. Now the only thing they didn't do was they didn't put the URL down here. And it's not always necessary to put the URL if it's an easy website to find. So if I went in and I typed in social media today, I would instantly pull that up and find it really quick. I prefer that you put the URL. Let's get in the good habit of putting the URL. So make sure that you add the URL for those things. So let's see how they did. We have the author, Kevin, right? Last name was Kane, first name is Kevin. We have the title of the article that Kane wrote. He wrote about the negative effects of Facebook on communication. It was published in the social media today, which is the website's name. Now, it's today RSS. Notice down here, do we know if there was an actual publisher? No, right? This was the website, but the publisher is the actual person who put it into print. It was never put into print, it was put on the web page, so that's why you have NP, because they were not able to find anything. So no publishers found. Notice the period, comma, and then here was the date that it was last updated, on the 29th of June in 2012, with a period at the end of it. And then where was it located? On the web, and it was January 2013 is the day they viewed it. And this is an important thing to put because people update it. If I go in and check your source to make sure that you properly did it, and let's say I went in on April 9th of 2014, quite a bit later, and I go in there and I don't find any of this, and I don't find Mr. Kevin, I don't find the negative effects of Facebook, because what happens is sometimes when you update it, they change things, they delete things. So if I go in after your date and I see that they've had an update more recent than this, I know that this might have been deleted. So then what I'd have to do is, as a teacher, I'd go into their archives to find out when that was in there and make sure that it is done right, so that I don't, take points away from you. So this is a good example, other than the fact that they didn't put the URL. Now let's see how you guys do. I'm going to give you some pages to go look, and I want you to create the different things. Here's a website. Go ahead and take a look at that website, and make sure that you type in exactly. I would cut and paste if I were you, and then that'll help you get to it easy. If not, you're just going to type in submarines and get to the website. The actual website will look like this. So it's the Navy website, and it's going to give us information and facts about it. So when you get into that, what you're going to want to do is see if you can find the information that you need. Go back up over to here and use this page right here to help you get all the information you need. So again, you're going to need the article title, which if you look closely, it's right here, but you have to do this whole thing. You have to do the United States Navy Fact File Attack Submarines -SSN. That's the entire title. The author, you can look through this all you want. I could not find one. So they would leave it blank. Then you go to the website title. What's the name of the website? America's Navy. Right? The U.S. Navy Fact File Submarine. That's the title says right here. That's the beauty of the internet, is the title helps you out because it says it right here. But the actual web page is America's Navy. And if you're not sure about that, you click on home and it'll take you to the actual home page of that, and then that'll give you the web page's name. We don't have a publisher, so we put NP. We put the last time it was updated. You can go through here. At the bottom of it, there is an update. And then when did we look? Today's date. And then we got the URL already on there, so that makes it easy for you. So we'll go ahead and find all that, and then we'll see what it looks like when we're done. So if you look, I've gone in and I've put everything in there, but it's not formatted right because I can't format properly using this particular application. But you'll notice what I've done is I've got everything I'm supposed to. I've got the title. I didn't have the author's name because there is no author's name, but I had the title of the article. And then I forgot one important thing. Okay, all right, put it in there now. Here it is. So then there's the web page, America's Navy. Now notice it's not italics because unfortunately on this site this particular source I can't change it to italics, so we'll have to change it over as we get to the other part. But I'm going to move it over to something else, make a screenshot and bring it back over in a minute. But then I've got NP because there's no publication. There is no publisher. There wasn't anything information on that, so I couldn't find anything. Then I found at the very bottom of the page it says last updated 6 December 2013. And then it was on the web, and then today's date, except for I'm missing the 2014, so I got to add that back in there. And then I put this in there. And the only thing I'm missing here is, if you pay attention, I'll show you. This is supposed to have the alligators, but it doesn't have it on there, so I got to update the alligator. And here I have to put the 2014. Done. Okay, so it's all there now. That is what we'll have it in. That's in the right order. From there, there's a specific formatting, which I'm going to go ahead and go get it ready for you to see and view. Ta-da! There it is. That's what it'll look like when you actually put it on your web page. or not your webpage, sorry, that will really be what it looks like when you put it in your bibliography page. We'll be getting more into bibliographies later, or works cited pages. Those are synonyms, right? Works cited and bibliography are the same thing. But that's exactly what it should look like, so take a good look. Here's all of our information before, and I've put it in the right format. Notice there's an indent when you go to the next line, but normally this will be the author's last name, first name, and so forth and so on. This should be underlined as well. Not sure why it didn't come out, but that's what it should look like when you're all done. All right, so take a look at that. Good job. Now what we're going to do is we're going to practice a few together in class here in a moment.